Canada's not stolen land. Canada is conquered land. Like, we won, man. I don't know why white people are so ashamed of that. Why are we guilty, bro? Oh, we're on stolen land. No, we're not. We're on conquered land. You should be proud that your people won. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. The classic Indigenous people were conquered, and Canada isn't stolen land take. Nothing says I skipped the real history lessons quite like repeating colonial talking points from the 1800s. I saw a young creator with a big following say this recently, so let's slow that down for a second. Indigenous nations have been here since time immemorial, long before Canada was even an idea or existed. Many of the lands across what is now so-called Canada were never ceded through treaty. And in the places where treaties were signed, they were meant to establish relationships to share the land, not surrender it. This is coming from a 4 times great-grandson of Chief Michel Baptiste Twain, the first recognized chief of Matachewan First Nation and signatory of the Treaty Number 9, the James Bay Treaty. The whole "we conquered Indigenous people" narrative is a colonial myth that was used to justify land theft and displacement. Because if Indigenous people were actually conquered, why are there hundreds of Indigenous nations that are still across this land? Why are treaties still legally recognized today? Why are Indigenous people still protecting our lands, revitalizing our languages, and asserting our sovereignty? The answer is really simple. We were never conquered. Now, here's something important people really need to understand. Hatred and this type of mentality are learned behaviors. Nobody is born believing Indigenous people deserve to be on the receiving end of genocide. These ideas are taught through colonial narratives, misinformation, ignorance, and education systems that erased Indigenous truths. But here's the hopeful part. Anything that is learned can also be unlearned. So, to this young creator, there is still space to learn the history that many school systems have failed to teach properly. Indigenous people have been sharing the truth about treaties, land, and our continued presence for generations. And to Indigenous folks and allies in social media, if you have the time and energy, step in and educate. Share treaty history, share our stories, share the truth, because correcting the narrative matters. We were never conquered, and we are still here.